The grandparents of a 5-year-old Langa girl are devastated following her alleged rape by a man known to the family. The family says tradition is now standing in the way of justice. They say the alleged perpetrator went to an initiation school after ruining the child's life. Newzroom Afrika's Nasipi Same has more on this story.
A grandmother says the wheels of justice has been blocked from turning after her granddaughter was allegedly raped by a man known to her at the beginning of this month. According to the victim's family, the alleged perpetrator went to initiation school after the incident. While police are investigating a case of rape, no arrests have been made. The organization Maliambe Women Outreach is lobbying for the alleged perpetrator to be ejected from the initiation school and be arrested.
Perpetrators cannot be given the upper hand. We cannot, in whatever circumstances it is, even if he was in hospital, so to put it, if it is that the person is in question, let that person come and face the law. This kind of a situation shouldn't be an issue. A person cannot be touched because he's in an initiation school. That person is now a suspect, so he should be brought forth.
Chief Ndude says no custom is more important than the law, and that police have a right to arrest and initiate or conduct investigations when a crime is committed.
Mandiqale ngelithi ndiyahlonipha umthetho kwaye ndiyahlonipha isiko lakuthi. Ngoko ke xa kubonakala into bakukhona ngoku ofuna uzimela ngesiko, leyo ufuneka iqale pha kubazali ihambe yotsho pha kuthi pha ethontweni sizoqwalasela into kuba le nkwenkwe ingaba jombi zapha izozimela na ingxaki yayo kusini na ukuze ikwazi uaccount. So ayikho fair into bangazinyelwa ngesiko.
The family hopes that once the initiation season ends, they will see wheels of justice turning in their favor. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Nasipi Same in Langa.
All right, let's stay with this disturbing story. Bring in the traditional body Contralesa's Secretary General, Zolani Mkiva. Thanks very much indeed for talking to us. Nasipi Same telling us there at the end of that package that the family hopes for justice once the initiation season ends. And we heard there from several people in that package saying that custom cannot stand in the way of the laws of the country.
Good morning and thank you for having us. And for sure, there is no custom that can stand before the law. If there's a crime that has been committed, the criminal suspect remains a suspect. And therefore, the law enforcement agencies must take requisite action against anyone who has been alleged to have committed a crime. We cannot make use of a sacred ritual as a refuge for suspects and criminals. There is nothing that says that in our culture. If anybody is purported to have said that, that person is wrong in law as well as wrong in culture.
Zolani, I mean, this is especially true, surely, when the allegation against this young man is as grotesque as this one, the alleged rape of a 5-year-old girl.
Certainly, as Contralesa, we definitely condemn that kind of action. It's worse when it is alleged that this is a family member who have interfered with a 5-year-old. This is tantamount to witchcraft, and it needs to be condemned with, you know, with what it is. And I think that if there are even family members who suggest that there has to be a waiting period for someone to come out of a particular cocoon, that is totally unacceptable. You cannot even wait a single day if it is known that indeed it is this young man who is said to have gone to the mountain running away from a crime that he has committed in the family front. That should not be allowed. And as Contralesa, as I say, we condemn that with the strongest terms possible.
Zolani, if you heard that package by our reporter, does it appear to you that the family also does seem confused about what their rights are in this situation, because one of the sound bites here from, I believe it is the grandmother of the victim, or one of the interested parties here, says that once he comes from initiation, they hope that the wheels of justice will begin turning. Is it possible that the community themselves might be confused about what their rights are in this situation?
Well, I am detecting maybe that there could be a division in the family on how to handle this matter. There could be those family members who want this thing to be sorted out as soon as possible without looking into the question of this boy being into the mountain. To them, that means nothing. But there could be another section of the family that believes that let the initiation season continue until it concludes, and then the matter can be brought into the table. And the same perspective could be shared by some of the community members. That could be creating a confusion. Some people may be using a culture to misrepresent that particular culture, to suggest that if someone has committed a crime, you have to wait until that particular person observes the rites of passage. It can't be right. Otherwise, the culture will be misrepresented, will be abused and misused for people who want to conduct things that are outside the scope of the very culture that they say they represent. So I see that the family could be caught up into that situation, which suggests that they could have different views on how to handle the matter, because two members of the family are actually affected. There is a one who is an alleged perpetrator, and there's a one who is a victim, who is actually a toddler. For me, and for us as the institution of traditional leadership, we cannot allow a situation where a young girl can be violated in a manner that she has through a rape, and people are still suggesting that there has to be a waiting period for somebody who has gone to a mountain. There is nothing extraordinary about this person who is an alleged perpetrator. Thousands and thousands of boys go to the mountain to observe the rites of passage. It is not a refuge for criminals, and therefore there is not even a need for a single minute or an hour to wait before action is taken.
Absolutely. I mean, despite this, the issue of whether there is indeed a rift in the family or not, it is incredibly concerning that police have yet to take any action when the alleged incident happened at the start of this month.
Well, for me, I think police should not wait even a second on this matter. We have to act swiftly against actions of this nature. We cannot allow our people to be dehumanized, brutalized in the manner in which these things are happening. We live in a country where the rate of crime is very high. For us to be dilly-dallying and making all sorts of excuses that are related to custom rights and traditions, that is totally unacceptable. A crime, as I said, is a crime. And a suspect is a suspect. And all what needs to be done, if there's a glaring evidence on the table, police just needs to act and act now.
Absolutely. And certainly we need to get clarity from the side of police as well on why it has taken them this long to take any action at all. Zolani Mkiva, let me thank you for your time this morning. Contralesa's Secretary General speaking to us there.